Hi guys, we are going to take this long expanded logarithmic expression and we're going to compact it and compress it and make it smaller. We're going to have a decline in size, an extreme squeeze if you like. We're going to take this long expression and turn it into the short one as we have up here. See that? That's the short version, that's the long version. We're going for the short version. We have the long version here. When we're dividing logs, as you can see here, it's a lot more compressed. We're going to use these two log laws up above, and we're also going to use this log law and that log law. We're going to use all our tools to execute this expression and make it as compacted as possible. So what's the first thing we want to do as we look at this? Well, first let's recognize that that 3 in the front, we could actually do something with that, and that 2 there, we can do something with that, and that's through the power rule. We're going to use this guy down here. We're going to bring him back up. So let's take that 3 back up, the 2 back up over there. So let's go for that first step. So this will compress into log base A x to the power of 3 plus log base A y to the power of 2. So the 2 went back up there. That's the log law as I mentioned before down here. Now that minus 5 is very interesting. The minus 5, we got to look and recognize what base we're using. We're using base A. Because we're using base A, therefore the number or the variable can also be an A, which means we can use this law right over here, meaning that the base and the number, when they match, they can turn into a singular digit or a number like 1. So that 5 could be transformed that way. So it's going to look like we're expanding it, but actually we are contracting it. So first let's expand it. So that's going to be minus, and what we write down here is log base A again, because they're all base A's, and it needs to match the number, which is A, like that. And because it's a 5, which is 5 times that, we put the 5 in the front. 5 goes here in the front. There's our 5. Now, that's 5 times 1. That section there is all the 1, isn't it? So let me just, that's just 1. It's the same as that. Many of you can see that. So let's transform that and bring the 5 up and bring it as the power rule, has the power coming up. So let's rewrite that again. So that'll be log base A x to the power of 3 log. We're just rewriting it again. And let's put the 5 up here. Okay, now we've used the power rule. We've taken the numbers up the top. So although this part looks more expanded, in a moment it's about to contract. So what do we do here? Well, we go to the log laws up above, up here on the left. We're going to take the right-hand side where it has a plus and compress it into this left-hand side where they're multiplying. The right-hand side here where we have a subtraction compresses into the division of the variables right over there. So let's do that now. But first, let's identify where the pluses and minuses are. These two guys here will be plussed, obviously, and these two guys will be divided. So let's see how subtracted, sorry. So let's put this together. So these two guys will be log base A, and then we'll put a big bracket here because they're all log base A all the way through, aren't they? So here's our x cubed. And multiplied by the y squared, y to the power of 2, all over, well, what do we have here? Well, that's going to be just a to the 5 because it's all log A, right? So we take the a to the 5. That is more compressed now than that long expression. So that's our solution.